I'm here interviewing Somalia Horn. It's a very interesting name. Why are you out here for the protest?
Thank you very much. That's a very good question. I came out here a little over 24 days ago. I would say 25 now. The goal was to stay here for 30 days to end the war or end the war on famine in Somalia. And that was my initial focus, and I felt like I needed to be a little bit more aware of not only domestic issues but global issues. So I support the Occupy movement 100%. I'm fighting the same thing that everybody is fighting, but I'm also aware of the issues that are happening in Somalia and how 29,000 children have died since the war began, since the famine began, and up to 750,000 are in danger of perishing by New Year.
Yeah, I think that's a very good, honorable deed. You're out here for our country being corrupt and out there to prevent famine.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But like, where would you put yourself in the political spectrum? Would you describe yourself as a libertarian, communist, Democrat, Republican, whatever?
Yes. I would consider myself a populist. And if you want to box me in any sort of position or any sort of box, it would be that. I feel like, the standard party is getting more and more corrupt. 20, 30 years ago, being a Democrat really meant something. Now these parties have become machines, and they're not as people-friendly as they once were. We're here for the people, and that's what the 99% is doing. I'm not so sure if this will transition into a political party, but I know we will be some sort of entity to really make change, and more change than a Republican or a Democrat could be.
I do totally agree with you on that, because the fact is both Democrats and Republicans are guilty of the corruption, and they do speculate on stocks.
Yes,
they do go ahead and make unfair laws, and they allow the Federal Reserve to manipulate our currency. And what do you think about the Federal Reserve able to print treasury notes out of thin air with no backing of, let's say, gold, silver, or some type of capital like industry for jobs or whatever?
Well, that really, I'm glad that you asked that, and that really makes me a little bit nauseous. Actually, I'm feeling the bodily, reaction to what you were saying, and that's frightening in itself. But the fact that you're printing money with no backing makes me think that there is no loyalty or longevity in the relationship or the care for the people. Printing money with no backing is a temporary fix, right? And that's what happens is we'll try to fix something temporarily, like our health, for instance, but we don't look at the big picture, and that's why we're getting less and less and less able to really make this change that we're looking for. It's getting worse and worse and worse, and we need to be honest with ourselves and with our money and with our politics.
Yeah. What do you think about President Obama and his crew that he put in with Tiny Tim Geithner and the other fools that he appointed into his cabinet?
I haven't formed an opinion on that yet, sir.
Oh, you have not? No, it's quite interesting to say, but they're very corrupt in the Obama administration. You got this guy, David Axelrod, who's been known to leak sex stories and sex scandals politicians may have with a female or something like that. And let's talk about Mr. Emanuel. Rahm Emanuel,
well,
is another very bad guy who cursed out the Prime Minister of Britain and for horrible policies against American people. Yeah.
What you're talking about are things that may not necessarily, serving them attention may not necessarily do the 99% the most good.
Yeah.
If we're looking at characteristics of politicians or characters of these politicians, or the character of these politicians, we're not looking at the bigger picture, right? We're paying too close to these minute celebrity-ish matters, and we're not getting to the real issues. And that's where why I'm scared, and what needs to be changed, and it can be changed immediately.
Oh wow! I think this was a great conversation that you went and said that at the end that this is cartoonish, that we're focusing
Cartoonish.
on like people, whether or not they're being corrupted, the Bushies
Right.
or Obama in Chicago gangland,
Right.
or whoever it is. We need to focus on the issues that money's in politics, money's being corrupted, and we got corruption throughout the whole system.
Right. And we've become a country in a world that is obsessed with celebrity. And whether you like it or not, if you become a politician, you're also becoming a celebrity. And just like any celebrity, their familial relations are followed, their sexual relations are followed, and that is preventing the ceiling of good that can potentially be made, because we're focusing on trivial, cartoonish issues, like you stated earlier.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you very much.
Have a great night.